senior developer to leaders, module leads, team leads, VP, AVP, and all those things. Are you understand or not? So let's assume you got these data sets by your team leaders or managers, and you're working as a data analyst, and you need to analyze the data and present insights about the business, and you can share to them. Are you understand, guys? So that's why. So very simple. What is difference between regressions, classifications? Anyone? What is regressions, guys? Online team? If dependent variable is continuous, then we called. Can you give me some of the examples, dear? Continue learning. House price, gold price, petrol price, and all those things. What's classifications? Go ahead. Classifications. What's meant by classifications, guys? If dependent variable is binary, if dependent variable is binary, then we use classifications algorithms, isn't it? What are the classification algorithms, team? Very good, Paul. That's right. Understand. So here in this data, what is clustering? Clustering. There is no dependent variable is called clustering algorithms. If you learn all regression algorithms, if you learned classification algorithms, and if you learn clustering algorithms, then machine learning is completed. Are you understand? Am I clear or not? So in the world, whatever business we have, all the business we can fall into these three buckets, means regressions buckets, classifications zone, and clustering zone. You understand? In shopping mall, there are a lot of customers goes for shopping or not. And some of them are VIP customers, some of them are semi-VIP customer, some of them are window shopping customer, isn't it? Let's assume today 100 customers visit to the store. So out of 100 customers, if 20 customers VIP customer, so 20 customers, let's put it in a group, isn't it? Based on their expenditures, the company gives the card or not. Might be you heard about Reliance card, all those things. Are you guys getting me? So all those things. Anyway, let's go ahead and we understand. So what is the role? Are you clear or not? The first thing, everybody is working as a data analyst. Let's you, everyone in the room and online guys. So being a data analyst, your managers come back to you and assign these works, guys, and you need to give insights of the graph, insights of the business. If you explain to the client, if you explain to the managers, manager explain to the client. Are you understand? Client satisfied with your work, client give you another work to you. So business grows or business down? Business grows or business down? Because of you, if company gain 1000 trillions business, your promotion is hike or not? You guys understand? That's why any of the organizations, team is mandatory. Without team, nothing is works out. Am I clear? So here in these attributes, business growth, that's right. So here, anyone tell me how many categorical variables and how many numerical variables we have? 2 categorical and 3 numericals. Are you understand? Let me tell you guys. See, whenever I'm explaining any task, last Friday I visit to the practical lab. Understand? I haven't seen any of the faces. Did I see anyone? No, I haven't seen anyone. Okay. Are you guys going for a lab or not for practice? The lab mentors are there. They will help you. Are you understand, guys? If you're non-technical because you're in Hyderabad, so better, I want you to visit to the lab. Online team, are you guys connect to the mentors every day between 2 p.m. to 4 p.m.? Yes or no? I given everything's allocated to the name, numbers, address, everything's is given up. If you not connect, it's not my mistakes. Are you clear or not, guys? Because we are not a school kids and all those things, not yet. So please, once you're free, I know some of them working professionals, you're busy with your work, but you can connect with them from Monday to Saturday as well. Ask the questions which you have doubt. All right. Now, whatever the task I'm given, please get in. Whatever the task I'm assigning, please work on the same task. First thing. After complete the batch, no one will ask, isn't it? You can do as per your wish. Team, are you understand? So please try to run these 4 months based on my suggestions, and after 4 months, you can run whatever you want. Am I clear, guys? So just 4 months, give the time to me and the classes. Can you please reshare the details? Yes, Paul, I think, can you please scroll down? I already shared, or else I will share it once again. All right, guys. Okay. So I have Excel sheets. This is raw data or clean data? Clean data. How do you say clean data? Because you haven't seen any kind of missing values, special characters, and all those things. And this is neat and clean. So I can call this is clean data. And this data stored in my Excels right now, isn't it? So most of the time, I will tell you in futures how to load XML file. So till yesterday, we done CSV files or not? Yeah. Did you try Excel file? It works very simple. Dot underscore Excel SX, and then extensions would be Excel SX. Am I clear or not? Excel file. And in futures, I'll talk about XML file as well. How to import XML file, because website we called as web scraping. What is meant by web scraping? www.anywebsites.com. In the backend, it runs with HTTP script and XML script. Are you understand? And also, I will give you one of the Twitter APIs. So what are the APIs? What is statistics API? What stats API? These APIs is very important to keep the model runs and to keep the program very faster. I'll explain all those things in upcoming sessions. Are you clear, guys? And then image data. If the data is image, so how do you import that image from system to the software, to the program? That's called import. Understand? And then the data is video, then the data is speech, then there is data is text. This is called artificial intelligence, guys. Our human brain understand what's meant by text, what's meant by speech, what's meant by video. Now I'm saying things, I'm educate my machines, I'm training my machines to understand this is eye, this is brain, this is ear. Are you understand? If machines recognize that, then that's become artificial intelligence. To train all these machines, we learn some set of instructions with the help of packages. Are you understand? What are the packages? As I said, NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, isn't it? That's why my system can showing the visualizations, isn't it? Are you understand everybody? All right. Now here, let's go back and we continue. So let's go back to the work and we can. Okay. Tomorrow, I'll give you one resume projects. Okay. One moment. Excellent. All and okay, Shailaja. One moment. Let's all and any PDF. So she made all and any PDF. Let's go back. It's very interesting or not? So look at this. Have you ever noticed this? She posted one document. So guys, please post the documents and maintain the files in your notebook. Also very important. Let me tell you. Understand? So please, there's a few things. Whatever the things people are doing, please, you can make a document so that keep all these things you have, guys. Right, team? Good. The one who completed good work, guys. Rest of them, I haven't seen any work from rest of the team. Please starts working on it. Okay. And I would appreciates the one excellent Sashi, and he clearly mentions what exactly anybody can understand. Even the school kid can understand, isn't it? So now, if I explain these concepts, you easily understand. When you try and learn yourself, that's called self-learning. And this self-learning, self-study would help you in the job. Are you getting my point? Okay. Let's get back to the work now. And I can say, so kernel restart and clear all outputs. So lot of time, lot of people, I mean, some of the interview questions is, let's say, my system, how many GB RAM, guys? It's a 8 GB RAM. Just go to Task Manager, and the RAM size is how much team? So performance we have 8 GB RAM, isn't it? So in the 8 GB RAM, if I store 8 GB data, then only it can understand or not. If I stored 25 GB data, if I load, so assume this is the data sets which has 25 GB or 100 GB. So do you think my machines recognize it? This is what interview question. Are you guys getting my point? I will share a lot of interview questions based on real time. Means I'm not copy the questions from Google, because let's say in this team, after 2.5 months, you guys attend interviews or not? If you attend interview, you write some set of, you attend some interview questions. Might be they will ask 10 to 15 questions. Immediately you post those questions in the classroom. So what I do, I just copy everything and paste and make it one notepad. Isn't it? It's, and you mentions the company name, and you mentions your company name. So if you attend the questions, no worries, you flunk. You share the HR ID and HR email ID, phone number and email ID. Other friends try, he get placed or not? Because of you, he placed. Are you understand what I'm trying to say, guys? Everybody's clear, online and offline team. So please, this is help in need, a help indeed. Friends with benefits, not serials, guys. This is reality, isn't it? So you can use various way. I'll tell you a lot of techniques to crack an interview. Just wait for some time. So let's go ahead and we can continue this. Import pandas, and let's, I mean, we read the CSV file. Oops, I think I need to send the locations just here, copy, and I can talk about this one. Just one moment, team. Okay, now when I called movies, are we understood or not? But here, very simple, guys. Let's assume there is an item called Reebok. It's a global product or not? Shoes, Reebok shoes, guys. It's a global product, or only Indian customers they wear it, or rest of the world? Entire world is wear the Reebok shoes, isn't it? So the main important, that has to be so in the global market or not, guys? So let's assume, the reason why I'll give you the example. So remember, what is the purpose we do in the task? You are a data analyst and you visualize all your presentations to the managers, and managers will explain to the client. Client will give you the output. Does the client is satisfied with your work and does not satisfy with the work? If the client satisfied with the work, he will give another projects. That's why we called as POC. Are you understand or not? That's why we called as POC. So we have 559 rows, and how many columns we have, guys? 6 columns, isn't it? And how many attributes we have? How many attributes? I mean, 6 attributes and 559 rows. What is the type of movies? So here I create a identifier called movies. What is the rules to define identifier? Are you aware of it, guys? Underscore allowed, no special characters allowed, doesn't start with digits. Is it very helpful? All right. And then what is the type of movies? What is the movies? We create an identifier, right? Movies is the identifier where it stored all the data of and the Excel sheets, whatever we have. And when we say type of movies, what is output? Pandas data frame or not? Pandas.core. Very good. So frame data frame, isn't it? Let's go to movies. When we say length of movies, what is output? What is 559 rows? If you say dot shape, you get a dimensions, isn't it? When you do dot shape, you get a dimensions. Now, how to check the versionings, guys? How to check the versionings? So I will tell you in futures, whenever you install TF and KS TensorFlow and Keras, now most of the time you will get a versions incompatibility. what we call versions incompatibility. Means, let's assume if the software can installed in Windows 7, but if you have Windows 3 or Windows 11, will you get versions incompatible or not? So how do you make versions compatible? Maybe you update it, isn't it? Maybe you update it. So here, how to check the versionings of each and every package is import numpy.2 underscore versions. So right now you check which versions you're using NumPy. Are you understand? So whenever you build OpenCV projects, computer vision projects, sometimes these versions might not match with OpenCV packages, guys. Are you understand? So that's why I just want you to how to update the versions. Open Anaconda prompt, pip update NumPy. So means the NumPy is upgraded to current versions, guys. Am I clear? Everybody's getting me? Now, next to go ahead to the pandas. How to check pandas dot versions 1.3.4? You check which versions you used and update to me, guys. Are you clear? Everybody's clear? Now, next talk about movies dot columns. It will display the list of the column informations. Understand? So the moment when I start pandas, I will talk about these basics, and maybe from tomorrow on day after tomorrow, there is no more basic. A little bit head on to the advanced part. Are you guys getting me? Now the next one, movies.info. Info, what it gives, guys? Informations of the data frame. Informations of the data frame. What is informations? This data frame contains 559 entries. It ranging from 0 to 558. And then it has total 6 columns where we don't find any missing values because non-null means there is not a null values are available. And then data type is object, and rest of them are integer, isn't it? It's saying integer, actually it is not, isn't it? And here movies dot shape, what we get, dimensions, rows and columns. Movies dot head, top 5 rows, isn't it? Dot tail, bottom 5 rows, dot columns. Let me tell you, if let's say there is a global company called Reebok shoes. So Reebok shoes connected to the database or not, which is called productions DB. I will tell you what is productions DB. For example, www.reebok.com. So definitely this website is connected to some backend database or not, guys? Yes. This database is called production server. What server? What is application server? I will explain it later. And never ever touch to production server. If the database is slow, do you think they will execute the websites? No. In the Amazon.com connect So to maintain the production service server is an important task. I will tell you what is the difference between application server, production server. I'll have one fantastic projects, and there you can learn from the basic to end-to-end model deployment with the website creations using web frameworks called Flask. You understand, guys? Now the next step. So this database, we have some tables or not? In the table, columns we have or not? See, guys, I'm connecting from live to DB, DB to database, database to table, from the table to attribute. And this is what attribute we're studying. Are you understand? We analyze these attributes team. So what I'm trying to say here, so whenever I have Reebok.com, whatever the attributes we have, those attributes understand by entire business people or not? Yes. But now let's talk about, I'll give you some of the, what are the columns I have? Film, genre, Rotten Tomatoes rating. What is meant by this? Very less people understand, right, guys? If I mention critics rating, entire global can understand or not? Guys, are you getting my point? So that's why you need to change this column name based on requirement so that everybody can understand what exactly meaning of the attributes. That's called business. This attributes give you informations of the business, guys. Business analyst understand the attribute in any of the domains: supply chain, healthcare, oil, gas, stock market, accounts, finance, healthcare, insurance, you understand marketing, education sectors, and fashion industries. Anywhere you go, understand attributes. That's the biggest impact to understand business. That's the role of business analyst. Everybody's clear? So now here, I just want you to change this list is mutable or not. So that's why we assign a square bracket. So what happened? I want to change these things to critics rating. And do you see we have some spaces? We have percentages is there, which is not required, which is not required. Audience rating, rating itself, we understand it is a percentages, even though, and budget millions and year of release. So this is not cleaned or not? Headings are not cleaned, isn't it? So let's make it clean. Film become film, genre is genre. This has been I changed to critics, and audience rating has changed to audience, and budget millions and year of release become year. Now, are we understand? Across the globe, do you think they understand or not? And before you changes, you can mention these points in the email and explain them. Sir, based on the understanding, I've been changed data, cleanse it with all the header of the business. Now let's go back and we done. Now movies.head, can we get the data with new informations or not, team? Look at this film genre. This is perfect. Now this is also perfect, but that not cleaned. So it would be impact on the visualizations as well. So that's why we need to clean it. Movies.head. Describe. It used for describe used for online team. Describe used for what, guys? Descriptive statistics. I told you. Which statistics? Descriptive statistics. What is meant by descriptive statistics? Mean, median, mode, standard deviations, minimum value, maximum value, quartiles, all those things. And describe statistics, it will give you numerical data or categorical data. It will give us numerical informations or not, guys? So here, only numerical informations, not categorical informations, isn't it? Because if you see this here, we have critics rating, audience rating, millions of, and then year 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's why we get output as critics rating, audience rating, and year. Are you clear or not? So descriptive statistics, we can use which functions? Dot describe. Are you understand or not, guys? Now, if someone asks you, can you please find out the statistical part? Very simple, one line code you can execute dot describe. Are you understand? All the details you can find out. Now let's go ahead and do this. Next one, movies.info. I hope understand. But if you see this, guys, we have what exactly we have. Audience rating is integer. Let's go back to the audience rating. We have integer or not, guys? Okay. Movies audio rate, audience rating. We parts. If you want to parts, analyze one variable, that's called audience rating. And if you pass two variables, can you copy and can you keep apply comma and then you can apply another attributes or not? Yes, guys, you will get informations. Now next heading towards dot info. Info here, let me tell you. So critics rating is integer, isn't it correct or not, guys? Correct. Audience is budget millions is integer. But if you go back to the year, so if you see movies.describe year, I don't make sense that do you think year has an average year? I don't think so. Do you think minimum year, maximum year? It doesn't make sense. So that's why I wanted to make this integer data type to category so that in describe functions, we cannot get year attributes. Am I clear or not? So let's go ahead and I want to change object to film is category or not? Category. Now there's a question, sir, what happened if I not change? Nothing happened. Nothing happened, but I just want you to know the little bit functionalities, how exactly it works. So here, movies, film as type category. And then when we go back to film, we found it and head, and we go back to the info. Now, do you see category object is changed to category or not? We done it yesterday. Same things from genre is also categoric apart. Let's change object to category and here also integer to category, as here doesn't make sense that what is minimum here, what is maximum here, what is average here. Will you say this? Let's say your birth date of birth is, let's say, 1990 or 2000. If I ask you what is the average birth, did you say? It doesn't make sense, isn't it, guys? So let's go back and we can movies. What is dot legend functions, guys? Dot legend. It will give us automatic color or not, guys? What is hue? Hue also same the like legend itself. Okay. Now movies dot here and let's check movies dot informations. Now let's apply the describe. Are you understand or not now, guys? So what happened? We have category, 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 and this three things is integer part. Are you understand, team, or not? Now let's heading toward visualizations now. So till today, what you done? So remember, you're working as a data analyst in the organizations. So far, what you done? How you explain to the managers? So let's say, so till now, I import the data and then I understand the behavior of the data and I cleaned it. I make all the data in proper way before I go ahead for visualizations. Those things you can maintain every day in organizations. You need to maintain a timesheet. You know what is meant by timesheet? Timesheet means from login time to log out, what are the performance you've been done in an organization is called timesheet. Understand? So here, let's go back. Matplotlib used for visualization, Seaborn used for advanced visualizations, guys. And then matplotlib inline and import warnings, ignore the warnings. Now today, yeah, that's what I said, AVD. If you don't change, don't change. Now let's say, guys, I'll give you one functionality to understand how to change all the data type. That's it, AVD. There's no special importance of anything like that. Yes, because I make all those things in the proper format. Are you understand? Let's say if a kid's a stand in a row. Okay. So there is a kid is standing like big guy, small guy, big guy, small guy, big guy, small guy. Is it an impact? No impact. Now, another way, all the three people are small guys and all big guys are there. Now, which is more better? This is more better or not? See, what is the difference between both? There is no difference. There is, but this is process. Means, as we said, object is not a category, is a text type. When you have category, you can change it. I hope you're clear. Okay. All right. Now let's talk about joint plot. I'm going to introduce everybody. Are you clear, man? Okay. So joint plot data equals to movies, X equals to critics rating, bivariate or univariate? Bivariate. If I explain this graph here, so I just want to say X-axis is, see, this is raw data. This data stored in Excel or not? We have same column name. We haven't changed anything to the main data, but we changed in the program. Am I correct or not? We change in the program. Yesterday, I explained or not how to convert the data from program to Excel or not, guys? Which is the command .to underscore CSV. Put the .csv file, and how do you read the file? Import OS and os.get CWD, isn't it? Great. Now let's talk about this one. I wanted to say x-axis critics rating, y-axis audience rating. Go back to the graph and I can say x-axis critics rating, y-axis audience rating. Means if I show you this Excel after complete IPL match, you see the graph or not? Yeah, definitely. But if I give you Excel sheets, do you think people understand? Not at all. By look at the graph, even the roadside kid who never studied before, he can understand or not? Are you understand, guys, what I'm saying? If I present this Excel sheets in front of you, you understand, but they doesn't understand. So the business is down over there. Am I clear? WhatsApp user, even you learned, does not learn everybody use WhatsApp. Am I correct or not? And the technology injected to the human brains, even you studied or not studied. Are you guys getting my point? So the same way, graphs is one of the fantastic tools where you study or not study, everybody can recognize by look at the graph. So for here, I'm saying x-axis would be critics rating, y-axis would be audience rating. So is it bivariate or not? Bivariate analysis. So here in the data points, do you remember? I'll give you small. So let's hear X and Y. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. How many data points we have? Three records I will call as three data points. Understand? I will plot the graph. Once I plot the graph, so let's assume this is 10, this is 20, this is 30, and this is 10, this is 20, this is 30. So 10 and 20. Can I plot the data points or not? 20 and 30. Can I plot the data points or not? 30 and 40. So this Excel sheets can represent in the form of graph. Can we say this? Team 8:30 a.m. batch. Can we say this? I am going to represent entire Excel sheets to the form of graph. And in the graph, we see the concepts positive correlation, negative correlation. This is called insight and patterns. Am I clear or not? Okay. Now here, I want to plot these two attributes and I want to present these two attributes to the form of graph. And the name of the graph plot is called joint plot. So how many plots we have? Billions of techniques we have, but I'll give you one link to practice tomorrow. If you complete all the things is completed, guys. Trust me. Clear or not? Now here, let me check this. What kind of plot is this? Joint plot. Did you see this, guys? So what is the data point? How many data points we have? Anybody tell me? How many data points, guys? 559 rows, 559 data points. Sir, what is the proof? After go back and wear your goggles and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you understand? So how many data points? No need to count. System is more smarter than us, isn't it? Great. Now, did you see any outliers? How many outliers? One. Which one is that? Definitely critics rating is 0, audience rating is 0. That's we called as outlier. Did you see any patterns? Did you see any patterns? What is the name of the patterns? The relationship between critics rating and audience rating is positive correlations. Are you understand? And what exactly another patterns? So your CEO managers don't understand what is meant by correlations. Are you understand or not, guys? His role is manager, but he don't know the technical terms. Do not try to explain more. Few things you have to be hidden them. If you explain more, they will learn and next day you will start poking you. Are you getting me? So here, another thing, based on the analysis, can I say most people are most likely to watch audience rating movies or not? How would you say? Because look at this one. In critics rating, these are empty spaces or not? I mean, let's watch. If you audience rating, look at the zone. I hope how to see the graph. See the graph, you can classify the graph into four classes, isn't it? And did you see this would be high audience rating and high critics rating or not? Let me clear all those things. So how to see the graph, guys? Let's go back and we can split into 4 parts, isn't it? So there we call lowest critics rating this sections, and this section is highest critics rating. But look at this. This section has audience rating and this section has highest audience rating. If you compare, the dense of the point is very high compared to here, isn't it? Team, are you there? Online and offline. Are you understand what I'm trying to say? So here, this is what you need to explain to the managers, guys, so that they can explain to the client. And you can explain, sir, the client shared historical data or not? The client shared historical data. What do you insights you make based on analysis on historical data between two attributes, critics rating and audience rating? I found positive correlation. First point, first insight, second insight. And if you analyze the graph, the attached graph, most customers, they're the existing customers, past customers, they likely to watch audience rating movies compared to critics rating movies or not? Can we create 2 points or not, guys? I hope understand. And also I found normal distributions on audience rating. I'll tell you this one and the next one. And so my suggestion, okay, as my point of view from the graph, next movies, whatever you are going to produce, make sure you need to more concentrate on audience rating or critics rating, guys. This is the 4 solid points. Are you understand? Being a business analyst, this is what suggestions you are providing to the organizations. Are you guys understand or not? Everybody's clear, online team and offline team. So here, so if you see the graph, did I explain what is normal distributions, what is uniform distributions? No. Let's assume. So I have 5 students, let's say 1, and there are few students. Just go back and I can students name and let's distribute the chocolates to them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many students we have? 5 students. First students, I distributed 10 chocolates. Second students, 20. Third students, 10. Fourth students, 10. Fifth students, 20. Let's plot this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here 10, 20, 30. So what is the bar? So where is the point? So first student is 10. Well, let's say I'll make it a little bit up here, 10. And this is the 10. And this is 20. And again, 10 or not? And again 10, again 20. So can I get a uniform distributions line or not? Look at the line, it's uniformly distributed. Guys, are you understand? The line is uniformly distributed. And what is normal distributions? If you see this graph, it is uniform distributions or not? And look at the graph now. It's looked like a mountain, isn't it? So this graph we called as normal distributions, and this type of graph everywhere you have to get, because this graph is very, very important in upcoming journey in statistics. I'll tell you the reason why, what is skewness, what is kurtoise, all those things we will talk about. This is also called normal distributions or Gaussian distributions, or isn't it? It looks like a bell curve or not, guys? It looked like a bell. And then we also called as zero symmetrical, and also we called as zero skewness. All the 4 things we call to this graph, guys. Normal distributions, or also we called as binomial distributions. All these distributions I am going to present on stats part. I'm going to explaining on statistical part. Everybody's clear? So here, Wherever you find these distributions, always you considered that attribute is valid. So here, critics rating, look at this. This is uniform distributions, not valid. And here, audience rating, are we get distributions normally or not? So that's why we need to consider audience, and based on the graph, I'm giving suggestions to my organization stating, please, next, whatever movies you produced, you need to concentrate only audience rating to get more profit. Now, the one who assigned work, he's interesting. I hope he understands some of the concepts or not. Great. Now, again, what is the next questions the client asks you? The client asks you, I have a lot of category, comedy, actions. Can you please tell me which category I will invest now? Isn't it? What is the next question? This is the first insight you present to the business team. The next questions come up is, which category, if you say audience rating, it's interesting. Can you please tell me what could be the next suggestions? Can you please tell me which genre I will invest? Historical data, he produced all these movie, guys. Let's assume the client is a movie directors and producers. They share the data to one IT firm, and in IT firm you're working as a data analyst. You present the graph. This graph is given to managers talk to the clients. Who is the client? These guys are the client. And assume due to COVID this industry was hit. So what happened? They have little money on their pocket and they wanted to guidance from an analyst. If you explain them, I want you want to spend on action, comedy, or adventures. Now they will produce the movie based on your suggestions and they gain more profit. Once they get profit, they will come back to you or not. That's the bond will be more stronger. When the bond will more stronger, now they will go to other database, they will go to other projects, they will go to many insights to the data sets. Guys, are you understand what's the role of business analyst? Online team, offline, are you clear? Okay, good. Now let's close this. Can we go back? See, all the time, every time you need to consider which type of graph, guys? Normal distributions. Why we considered this? I will teach you in statistics, because in normal distributions, what happened? Mean equals to median equals to mode. When mean equals to median equals to mode, that means there is no outlier. When there is no outlier, it's excellent data, isn't it? Isn't it, team? So all the concepts I'll explain in statistics. Just go ahead and we can continue that. Let's go ahead and we plot this one. I hope you understand. Now let's go to the next part. SNS.joined plot. Do we use regressions line here? No. I wanted to use kind equal to reg. So when you say just join plot, a little bit take shift tab options and you can plot kind scattered. So how many plots you can plot? So if you go back and read it, we can plot scatter, reg, rigid, KDE, hex, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Now I want to pass this kind equal to reg. Let's apply. So what is the difference between this graph and this graph now? You got the line or not? This is what type of distribution? What type of distribution is this? Normal or uniform? Uniform. What about this? Which one we need to consider? Perfect. Now let's close this and here we go. So kind reg. What about other I said? I think recid. Just check this. Regit. So did you see we got this graph, guys? Regit. In Recid, what happened? We don't find unimportant graph, guys. We found only important graph, which is normal distributions. Perfect or not, guys? Perfect distributions curve, isn't it? And then I can change to kind hex, means I'll get output as hexagonal. Is it positive correlations or not? Is it positive? Strongly positive. Are you understand? It is strongly positive. So this is called hexagonal plot. And what is another one? KDE, because kernel density estimator. So what is meant by that? Just one moment, I'll show it. It'll take some time. Then right click. Oh, the graphs are so beautiful, isn't it? Yes, guys. I didn't do anything. Very simple code. Everything done by the package. So all the credibility goes to Seaborn, SNS. All the credibility goes to Seaborn. Did you see what is graph? It's stating us this is completely normal distributions, uniform distributions, kernel density. Look at the linear trend. It is positive or not? Strongly positive. And if you see this, the audience rating is very high. If I divide to 4 part, which part is insights? Now are you getting more clear or not? The insight is more clear. So we clearly say that audience rating is more dominant than others. Audience rating is more dominant than others. Guys, are you understand or not? You can also do one thing. You go back to your home, you take your father's income, father income, month income. You see this, guys. You see some of the insight. Guys, are you understand? And you see a lot of outliers. Trust me. Am I clear or not? Data science also you can implement on your personal life as well. Let's go to the next one. So if I plot how many kind we have, I think few 5 to 6. If I apply more than that, you won't get any output. Kind 2 dots, we get error because 2 dots we cannot assign. So that's why I called as a reg. So just go back. Team, understand this is bivariate analysis. Will you plot it or not, guys? Next one, SNS.dist plot. I hope it is already explained many times. So univariate or not? Open. If I take out this graph separately from the 2 variable, if I plot 1 variable, this is the output, guys. This is the output, isn't it? So here, let's go ahead and we can see this. What type of distributions is this, guys? And in the insights, you can find, can you please write another points to the manager or not? What is another points? Based on the audience rating I found, where did you see highest audience ratings, guys? Between, where did you see highest audience rating? On this peak or not? I mean, I can say between 50 to 60 or not? Between 50 to 60, there is highest audience rating, isn't it? If I give you 40 or 45, 60, something like that, isn't it? If I give you this graph to the client, for you it is not might important, but for them it's very, very important, guys. Let's assume your father income source. If you make Excel sheets, if you see the graph and you give some suggestions, your father would be more happy or not? Are you understand what I'm trying to say? So your father would be more happy because you don't know what you do, but because it's your family, you do the work so desperate, isn't it? So the same way the business guys more look and study the data above the peak. Very simple, man. If I give you same graph in IPL, you easily explain. Look at this. So you can see this 40, 50, 60. Somewhere the graph is 50 to 60 or not. Very simple. Yes, Yamini. So we have audience rating 40 to 60. Now, I will come back more and more graph. You can understand. Let's go back and stand. So suggestions to client. Yes, we need to definitely see based on a player's scores. Can you predict the matches win or not? Guys, are you getting my point? Based on the graph, let's say first over, they got scored this one. Second over, they got score. If the graph is increased, it's a positive linear. Positive linear means you can say the team is win or not. Do you see how can I connected all the practical part? And everything's fall into business analysis and data analysis, guys. And once you understand business data, then you become a data scientist. Let's close this and go back to here. Critics rating. What type of distributions is this? Uniform distributions, isn't it? Let's talk about. In the background, we have white grid or not? In the background, what have we have white color? Look at this. We have white color. I wanted to change the white color to a little bit grid lines. So here, let's add sns.set style. Which one, guys? Set the, what does mean that? Set the aesthetic style of the plots. This affect things like the color of the axis, whether grid is enabled by default or elements. That means let's activate the dark grid options. When you say sns.dist plot, what is SNS, guys? What is SNS? Seaborn. What is this plot? Distributions plot. Movies.audience rating. Are we get one variable or not? That's what we called as univariate. And I want to make bins equals to 10. When we make bins equals to 10, just go back and we see. Do you see the background? Compare this graph and this graph. Did you see any changes? What changes you got? So the background is white here and the background is dark gray, isn't it? And bins equals to 20, 1 to 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean 9. So here, this is also small point here, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, Yamini, I hope you understand your question. How to find out? Can you please tell me where did you highest audience rating now? It's more clear or not? Now the insight is more clear. Am I clear? Now let's get into dark grid. Let's say if you want to make bins to 15 and plt.histogram. In histogram is not a advanced visualizations. Understand? So that's why we've been changed SNS to PLT. So you may ask a question, sir, how to remember all the plots? How to remember all the plots? Very simple. Just remember 10 to 20 plots. That's it. How to do this? That's what I'm given the practical, right? That's what I'm giving some work. Just a 20 plot, remember? Nothing. Leave it. In math, matrix multiplications. Do we remember 99, 199? Do you remember all those things? Or we remember till 15th, isn't it? Everybody, it's applicable for me as well. We can build matrix. No one remember entire matrix table till 100. We learned only 15 and based on that, we apply top of it. Am I clear or not what I'm saying? So here, just remember 20 plots. NumPy 217 functionalities I gave you. If you complete, NumPy is clear. Now matplotlib, I'll give you only one link to practice. Understand? Seaborn, I will give one task to practice. That's it. And make all the plotting part. That's it. Clear? And that's good enough for DS. Now here, so plt.histogram. So histogram, I have, this is, you can also create the bar in Excel sheets or not. That's what we called as a visualizations, not an advanced visualizations. So here, again, I want to change the dark grid to white. Again, I want to change dark grid to white. How to change this, guys? Let's sns.set_style white, movie rating, bins 20. Now let's check this. Can you compare this one to this one? So here we have grid here, but now there is no grid. This is grid or not background? Now there is no more grid because I put back again to white set sns.set style. So we have, this is two things, sns.set_style. You may ask a question, sir, how to remember this? Come on, man, I just said example, if a kid study for the first class, he not understand the concepts. He need to go to second grade. He need to go to third grade. Just one thing, just give time and just practice and don't learn the things. See, whatever you're going on, let's continue. Don't think, can I select the job? Can I get the job? Right, guys? Always think now what's going to happen. Why you think do you get a job tomorrow when you work, a car come and hits you? There's no more, isn't it? Am I correct or not, guys? We never predict what's going to happen on tomorrow, futures. Let's live the moment we have right now. Let's focus on the time and respect the time and continue the work, isn't it, guys? And just work on the task which I'm assigning. That's it. In the end of the day, you gain a lot of confidence, trust me. Everybody's clear or not clear, team? So here, SNS dot practical and critics rating 20, it'll give bins equals to 20. This is uniform distributions or normal distribution? Uniform or normal? Uniform. What about this one? Normal. How do you say this, guys? Because look at the graph. We're getting normal or not? And look at this graph now. Look at this graph. Is it this one or this one? This is called normal, binomial, Gaussian, bell curve, and this is called uniform, constant line. I'll get you more on inferential statistics. We have descriptive statistics and we have inferential statistics. I'll stop here. I will continue from tomorrow. Okay, guys? So that I will give you some of the work, and once we complete, then we talk about many more things, guys. Guys, are you getting me? This week, I'll complete all the analysis, visualizations, and if possible, next week, I will try to work on statistics as well. Understand? We're heading towards stats. Okay. So the few things I just open this one. Pandas I gave, and then project 11. What exactly I talk about, guys? EDA workshops from EDA projects. Understand? I want you to work on. Sir, how to download Jupyter Notebook as PDF? So I think, Yamini, you have these options. Can you go back and first you convert to HTML, Yamini, then go to Google and ask convert from HTML to PDF. I think you have some applications. You can load the file and automatic PDF will convert. Okay, Yamini? Good. So let's close. Let's close. Can you please prepare all the one PDF slide for this team? See, we have many graphs or not? See, every day, anyone prepare one complete PDF and author by you because you made it. So that's why you have to mention this. And EDA projects, and then you have plenty of work. Please work this, practice these things. Definitely you'll get a job, guys. I promise you. Even though jobs, you can also survive. Start a business is not important. Run a business is important. What I mean to say, you get a lot of funds from your friends, banks, and all those things. Accumulate the funds and start it. And after 2 months, when no customers visit to the shops, what's gonna happen? Again, it's swipe up, it's down. So that's what I'm saying. Get a job. Might be you can get a job at any way, but survive the job is toughest job. So that's why by doing these practical things, you can get the offer and survive the offer as well. Am I clear? So let me, one moment. Descriptive statistics, matplotlib. I have matplotlib, I have Seaborn. Okay, 2 projects I have, and EDA 1, 2, 3. Tomorrow I'll talk about this, guys. Let's complete and get back to this. I will share all the files and you can practice. Am I clear or not? Okay. And there is no sessions. There is nothing I will share because I didn't complete yet. Once I complete, I will share tomorrow and we go back all the practical share tomorrow. Am I clear, guys? Okay. So thank you so much and we'll connect tomorrow, guys. Have a good day.